What is going on, Drip and DeFi family? I hope you're all having an amazing Sunday wherever you are. I can see there's a few people joining the chat now. It's awesome. I did manage to give a little bit of notice for this stream, about 90 minutes, which I do like to do when possible, because obviously the more people that I get on the stream, the better, and the better the vibes can be. So I can see West Idian is in the chat. Thank you, brother, for joining us tonight. There's more people joining the chat, so I'm sure if you're regular here, if you're part of the regular Drip Live Drive family, I'm sure you realise we do tend to give a few minutes at the start just to allow people to come into the chat, to join us, to get comfortable with, you know, a beverage of your choice, whatever you're doing, whatever time it is where you are. Could be a tea or a coconut water or a whiskey on ice. Whatever takes your fancy. So we've got Westside in the house, we've got Tony Morrow in the house. And guys, don't forget on the way in, I know I do it, I always forget to like when I join a live stream. So definitely smash the like button on the way in if you've got a spare hand. And leave me a comment to let me know you're here, because at the moment I like to go real raw on these live streams. I don't use StreamYard on my phone, I just go live and I can't really see who's in the chat unless you let me know. So definitely let me know that you're here. I can see LCM's in the building. How you doing, brother? Hope you're having an amazing Sunday so far. We've got Team King 254. Thank you for joining us on the stream. And coming in from Houston. I keep saying American names really stupidly lately. I don't know what's going on. I go to say them almost in an American way and it comes out really stupid. So Houston. And I was saying actually last week that just for fun, just for a bit of fun, I was looking at some properties in that area, and some incredible stuff over there for what you can get in London. It's amazing. So we've got JMO NFA, wonder why FP is pumping with no news on Black Cube Finance. We have so much going on for Drip. So I'm going to give it a few more minutes for people to come in, and we'll start talking about some Drip and DeFi stuff, and a few other bits and pieces on the way as well. But yes, I don't have any stake in the animal farm. I have a small, okay drip garden play going on, but apart from that, I've not really been focused on that at all. So if someone is, you know, up to date on the knowledge of the animal farm pigs and the animal dogs and stuff like that, let me know and answer JMO's question if you can, because I don't know why it's pumping. I'm presuming actually it's probably maybe some insider news that's come from the DAO. Maybe they've got a little bit of a head start on everyone else. Maybe Black Cube Finance is closer than we all think. It wouldn't surprise me. This is 2024. Nothing surprises me anymore after the last few years, and it could be closer than we think. Maybe some people have got a heads up on it, and that is why it's front running. So if there's been a huge pump, so LCM's just said pigs are over $17 now. So that's a fairly big pump from where it was. So I'm saying it's most likely the DAO members have got a little bit of inside knowledge. I don't know. I'm just chucking it out there. Could be totally wrong. But yeah, to go from $10.06 to 17 when the market as a whole has kind of stagnated a little bit after the whole ETF excitement, which I sold a good bit at 47,000, because these things, you know, these market makers, they love to play the emotional game. They catch people in these sort of bull trap type things, but the market has kind of stagnated. So if it's jumped that sort of percentage, then I'm saying it's probably some people know something that most people don't. But that's just a little side note. So I'm just going to check through the chat one more time. We've got Westside, Tony, LCM, we've got Team, we've got JMO, and so we're going to give it a few more minutes because we've already got people joining the chat. So it's awesome to see. I love to see you guys on a Sunday, and I do thank you sincerely for taking a little bit of time out of your Sunday to spend it with me and with us, because time is precious, and I like to spend my time, whether I'm, you know, in person in family, or whether I'm online, with the best possible people that I can, people that inspire me and you guys definitely fit that bill. So thank you for all spending a bit of your Sunday with me on this stream. So let's give it a few more minutes. I'm going to have some coconut water. I've done a lot of talking over the last couple of days, and I'm just looking after the voice just a little bit. I've had quite a few late nights, so but I'm feeling good. Blue Chip Drip is in the house. It's great to see you, brother. And actually, you mentioned recently, Chip, that you were thinking of doing live streams, and those are live streams I would personally definitely tune into 100%. Like I would 100% be there. So definitely do that, man. I know you're a busy guy as well. It's hard sometimes to find the time in the schedule, but when you enjoy something, you always find time for it. You know, people make excuses for a lot of stuff in life, that they haven't got time for this or time for that. Ultimately, there is always time. There is always time, and you will find the time for the people and the things that you want to do. So, I would love to see that. And John Timothy agrees with me there. I would definitely watch Blue Chip. So definitely, brother, do it. Alakazul is in the house. Wow, what time is it over there? So if it's what is it, like 10:30 here, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6:30 in the morning in the Philippines, I'd imagine for Danny. The guy never sleeps. The guy is one of the hardest working guys in crypto and DeFi. Really is. And I jumped in on the stream last night. It was way too late for me to be on there, but when I see a little notification come up that the Alakazul show is coming live, I always have that extra cup of herbal tea just to keep me up a little bit longer, so I can jump on just for a little bit. You know, it's always great vibes on there, and I love what Danny and the community are doing with Stable Swap. You know, I talk about Stable Swap a lot. I'm very selective about what I talk about on this channel. You know, sometimes I skim over some of the like blue chip stuff that I'm involved in. Not a great deal, but in terms of like drip and Stable Swap are my main two plays. I absolutely love Stable Swap. I took full advantage of the recent promo. I chucked in, as much as I could. It's paying like an absolute charm, and I've had some amazing people signing up under my affiliate link as well. So I can only just from the bottom of my heart thank you for investing in my team and this channel. And I do intend on actually starting to do some giveaways as well, Stable Swap giveaways. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm just deciding on how I'm going to do it, but I feel like it could be a really cool like promotional thing for Stable Swap as well, because for me, I see that as a really, really good play. I never give financial advice, as you know, none of us do, but for me, I would recommend Stable Swap to a family member. It's that sort of vibe I've got going on with it. So yeah, so I'm just figuring out how I'm going to do that and how I'm going to sort of make that work, but it's definitely coming. So what else do we have? We have Bashkin in the house, Yo Warrior. It's great to see you in the stream, brother. And actually, just before I forget, before we get into the meat and bones of the video, or of the stream, I'm actually featuring as a guest on the Drip Warriors channel this Tuesday. So mark that in the calendars. Them guys are doing great. I mean, I'm part of the Drip Warriors as well. I consider myself part of that. So amazing work going on. G Money's doing great stuff over there. There's some great developments going on over there, and it's just those guys were sort of so solid during the craziest, maddest times. And I remember these so well because I was in Mexico for most of that, and I had a bit more spare time up there, and I could be sort of fully involved and seeing what's going on. And there was only a few people really holding it down. The Crypto Collective holding it down as always, Drip Warriors holding it down, and it was inspirational to see, and to see us coming through the other end now after all of that hard work, and after basically having to go up against bots, like a wave of bots. It was like Rise Against a Machine. It turns out that we were just battling just endless bots, some bad actors, most likely some devs that were involved in other projects that were dumping right on the day of DDD. It's not too hard. I mean, you wouldn't have to be a full-blown conspiracy theorist, to make you a few conclusions out of what was going on then. And I was fairly vocal about it at the time, about my side of things, but it was one hell of a battle. And to see us sort of coming through the other end with all of these utilities coming through, the core community is stronger than ever, and it's just a fantastic thing to see. So massive shout out to Drip Warriors. They've got a new YouTube channel, in case you didn't know, so definitely check that out. In fact, once I finish the stream, I will put the link to the Drip Warriors YouTube channel in the description, so put that in your diaries. I don't know what they're going to ask me. I don't know what, I'm just looking forward to it, to having a chat with some good guys over there. So it's going to be 1 p.m. EST, which is about 6 p.m. UK time. So that should give you a rough idea of that. So I'll be putting you links up and stuff like that in Twitter and YouTube and stuff like that. So don't worry, I'll remind everyone. So we've got Bosch, Bashkin, absolutely in great discussion on their first YouTube presentation. I was actually really impressed with it. I thought those guys did a great job. Really good questions being asked. G-Money was the main feature on there. He gave a real sort of great breakdown of gas pump games, which is now out. I've not used it yet. I've barely been at home the last few days. It's been crazy, but I will be having a go. It utilises WDRIP, I believe, and BNB. So I'm definitely going to be trying that out, hopefully before I go on their stream on Tuesday, just so I've got a bit of a more rounded view on things. I know what it looks like, and I kind of know the premise of it, but I actually want to use it before I talk about it, before they ask me too many questions about it, because I want to be able to sort of discuss that properly. So I can see we've got some people joining now. This is awesome. This is amazing. We've been going about 12 minutes now, so we can get started, I think. But thank you if you just joined. Thank you for spending some of your Sunday with me and this awesome community, this drip community, this stable stock community, and it's just great to see you all this fine Sunday. I've just finished a absolutely monumental cheat meal. It was freaking crazy. We've got our favourite burger place not far from here. They do the most amazing sort of smashed patties, stacked up to the hilt, and they have the fries that are sort of like all these kind of gourmet fries and stuff that are coated in all kinds of crazy stuff. Chicken dippers, but not like KFC chicken dippers, of course. We're talking actual chicken dippers, and just stack that stuff high. So I've been training today at a crazy chest and back workout, so I feel like I earned it. I like to do things in push and pull. I'm fairly good with my diet most of the week, but I do like to have a crazy cheat meal on a Sunday especially. Great way to sort of start the new week with top energy levels. And of course coconut water is always on the scene on Sundays as well. So can I just say that I've said it before, that in an ideal world I want every single person in crypto and DeFi to win, because I see everyone involved in this emerging asset class as a real sort of trailblazer. Anyone who's hedging against the sort of the fiat Ponzi system is I want everyone to win. I'm not tribal like that. I do absolutely support drip, and on the other side of things, stable swap as well, because it's obviously pegged to the dollar, so it's massively outrunning inflation. So what a great place to put dollars than somewhere that's hugely outrunning inflation. So when it comes to, I'm not tribal. I just have certain things that I like, and whether you're in a project that I kind of agree with, that I vibe with or not, I want you to win 100%. And when I see things like the whole Warren finance thing, it is very saddening, because people lose money. I don't want anyone in this space to lose any money. It's inevitable that we all will, and we all have done. Most likely, if you've been in DeFi, we've all, we have to kiss a number of toads before you get your prince or princess. And I've been fairly lucky. I haven't been too burned. I do only keep about 15% of my overall portfolio in DeFi, so most of it is in blue chips. So I feel like I'm happy to take some risks, but I'm very, very, very selective about what I invest in now. Very, very selective. We've I've seen the sort of the Time Wonderland stuff and all that. You know, I lost a few quid in that, but not a great deal, because my risk strategy stops me from getting wrecked, basically, because you know, some people just like to put it all on red. You know, they go to Vegas and they stick it all on red. Maybe that pays off, maybe it doesn't, but in the long run you're most likely to get wrecked because the house always wins. But yeah, so I'm not tribal. I want everyone to win. It's never going to happen, but that's exactly what I want. And the whole war on finance thing, I know people are quite sort of outspoken about it, like not being a rug, like it's not something from the developers, and I get that, totally get that. The problem is it's kind of suffered the way DRIP suffered, in that people, the protocol is kind of relying on people doing the right thing. And as we know in society in general, you can't always rely on people doing the right thing. And it doesn't take that many people to sort of mess something up. So if they were in super early with super big bags, you know, I wasn't in it, so I don't know the ins and outs of how it works, but it does sound as though, yeah, there was a massive bank run, and then once that happens, it's like a domino effect. So people get panicky. The other investors who have been maybe playing the game respectfully, they panic, they start selling, and then a death spiral ensues. And it's kind of what happened to some degree to DRIP, when, you know, there were some huge bags were being dumped, like strategically dumped, like bought up, like, I don't know, I think sometimes there's like $250,000 or $500,000 DRIP being dumped in at a time. So it's very, very calculated. They were losing loads of money on it as well. Like when you kind of look at the blockchain analytics and all that, they were losing money on it. So it did look like it was being attacked. But the problem is that a lot of people maybe don't realize that, and they start to panic sell. You know, at a loss, they're like, I just want to take something out. So they start pulling it all out, and then you get that huge red candle. Now, luckily, DRIP has got a strong enough core community that we rode the storm, and it's been one hell of a storm, but we rode the storm. We're able to do that. Not every project is going to be that lucky, and DRIP was a bit more established as well at that point, and you know, the odds were really against it, because we were still minting. That hyperinflation was going crazy. It was going absolutely crazy. You know, I think at one point we were minting like over 2 million a day. Now I don't know if you've seen today, on a Sunday, which is normally like Saturday and Sundays are very high in the past, where people claim a lot because they'll take some out to buy an extra bag of Cheetos, or you know, or to take the missus out somewhere, or whatever reason, they take it out more on the weekends. And when I looked about half an hour ago, there was only 160,000 or 140,000 minted in the last 24 hours. So we're seeing a massive, drastic drop in minting, which is fantastic to see. And anyone who kind of knew what was going on, has been following what's going on, knew this day would come. We just don't know, you know, didn't know how long it would take to come down that much. But it's been quicker, I think, than a lot of people thought. It's actually been a little bit quicker than even I thought, if I'm quite honest. I was expecting it to take a little bit longer to get down to that sort of 150,000 minted per day. So I'm very happy to see that happening so quickly. And it's all coming together. It's like the stars are like, you know, aligning just at the right time, because we have all these utilities coming. We have like DRIPX. If anyone involved in DRIPX is watching, shout out Matt and Eric. Awesome job. It's looking very intriguing. I'm very excited to see how this goes. I've got a little bit of capital set aside to get involved. 22nd of February, in case you didn't know, 22nd of February is the day of the release of DRIPX. 22nd of February. So very soon. We've got just under 3 weeks to sort of prepare for that. If you want to buy any miners, you have to get your BNB ready. Of course, you can buy the DRIPX token with wrapped DRIP, so you have that option as well. There's going to be staking. There's going to be farming. So you're going to be able to sort of liquidity pools and stuff like that. You're going to be able to get involved in. I think a lot of people are very excited about the miners. That's something I'm definitely getting involved in. I'll definitely get a few miners, 100%. and get them going, minting DRIPX tokens, in case you didn't know. And then you can take that DRIPX and you can sell it or you can stake it. So there's going to be multiple opportunities to do it, or you can put it into liquidity pools or whatever you want to do. So there are a lot of options, and the guys at, in case you can hear that, by the way, that's Mr. Wookums. Mr. Wookums is just chilling with me tonight. I took him out earlier on, and I try and get him out on extra walks on Sundays, and he just followed me to the car basically. So I just jump in, Mr. Wookums, jump in, and we can chill together. So he's on the heated seats, he's on his favourite little blanket, and he's enjoying the live stream as well. In fact, in a minute, when he's getting a bit fit, he's just fidgeting, just getting comfortable at the moment. So yeah, as I was saying, Matt and Eric, everything they're touching at the moment is turning to gold. They're doxed, people know who they are, they've got a very good track record. The kitchen sink is still doing amazingly well. In fact, I did drop a few extra drip in the kitchen sink just last week to get my sort of overall bag up a little bit in there. And I do have a strategy going forward, bit similar to Deer Slayer. He's a guy, in case you didn't know, he's very, very good in a number of Telegram chats. So he's in the drip chat, he's in the DRIPX chat, I think he's in the AI drip chat. And I'm basically gonna compound until I've got at least a minimum of 20 claims. So I'm pretty much there. And then I'm probably gonna start taking, letting it build up for a couple of days a week, taking it out, reinvesting 25% in, so that I'm sort of building my overall deposit in there to keep a kind of an infinite money loop going on there. So that's the plan. That's what I'm doing. If you guys have got a specific plan with kitchen sink, I would love to hear that, because I think we're all aware that no matter how much we trust anything, you have to get your ROI. You do have to get your ROI. It's very, very important, I think, in my opinion. And some things are probably okay to sort of just ride it out and then sort of do it all at once at some point. But I'm definitely of the mind now that you get your ROI earlier rather than risk not getting it. And we all know what can happen with anything. Even though the tokenomics in the kitchen sink are very, very good, I really, really do like them. I'm pretty, that's kind of the most confident I feel of any ROI that I've seen. The fact that you have to claim 3 times to get, you have to compound 3 times to get 1 claim, really does stop people from, you know, milking the system, from parasiting the system. And not to mention that if you don't do anything, if you don't interact with the contract for 2 days, it stops paying out. So you can't just, you know, you can't just sit back and not interact, not pay any tax, not pay into the system and expect to get drip back out. It doesn't work that way. And I think that's really good. And that kind of brings me full circle back to my point, is that you cannot trust that people will, you know, play the game responsibly. It's a shame. I feel as though, like, you know, there's a lot of protocols that if people had just played responsibly and given it, put some in and taken some out, put some in and taken some out, these things would keep on going. But you can't rely on that. So you have to put mechanics in place to make sure that people do play correctly. And that was a problem with the drip Faucet, 100%. I'm sure if Forex Shark had a crystal ball and could go back in time, he would probably put a few mechanisms in there to stop what happened happening. But that's kind of what the guys at PulseDrip have done. They've had the luxury of seeing the drip Faucet and seeing how amazingly it worked up to a point, and they can now put those mechanics in from day one. So as a lot of you know, I am in PulseDrip as well, like the PulseDrip Faucet, the PulseDrip Garden for PLS. So I am a big fan of the work that they're doing. Kitchen sink's just an absolute gift to the drip community. It's bringing back those Faucet vibes. It's bringing that nostalgia of the Faucet, and it's allowing us to make more drip each and every day, because now the minting has stopped. There's not many ways we can get more drip other than just buying it off the market or participating in the kitchen sink. So just an incredible utility, and so simple really when you break it all down. But they've done amazing work, so shout out to them. And if them guys are watching, massive shout out. I know I was quoted in one of Hustleman Matt's videos this week, and they've been liking a few of the posts. We've been liking each other's posts and stuff like that. So it would be cool to do an AMA with him at some point. I would really like that. So maybe we'll work that out at some point. So let me just hit up the chat very quickly. Right, where am I? So we've got Chase is in the house. Good morning from Melbourne. I'm not doing that again. I said Melbourne last time I did a stream, and Nelly was laughing and found that quite funny. Melbourne. The reason I was saying Melbourne last time is because I'd not long been to Bournemouth in the UK, which is quite a nice seaside town down on the south coast. So Melbourne. Chase, I hope you're good, my brother, and thank you for joining us on the stream on this fine Sunday. Let me just go back. Danny D's listening in. He's driving, most likely in and out of Manila to the stable swap offices. I'm just guessing. Might not be going there, but that's what I'm guessing. So he's listening in as he's driving. John Timothy, hit that like button. I 100% agree with John Timothy here. If I could like that comment, I would like it, but I can't do that on here. We've got Chase, glad to see the community is coming back together. Now, it really, really is. And it's good that there are these utilities that are coming through that are uniting the DRIP community. There was a lot of fractious stuff going on, especially during back in sort of June, July, when things were kind of spiraling a little bit. There were some OG drippers, and there were some people that had kind of built their channel on DRIP, had sort of got their viewers from DRIP, who completely turned their back on the project. Totally did a total U-turn and were slating it and whatever. But I've noticed that a few of those guys are back, and I think that's great. The more people that are in DRIP, the more eyes that are on it, the more influencers or YouTube, whatever you want to call people on YouTube. But more and more YouTubers doing DRIP content, the better. So I'm really pleased to see the community is indeed coming back together. The kitchen sink, pretty much, I can't see many people saying anything bad about that. I mean, what's bad to say? I mean, I go on there every day. It's paying. The TVL is looking solid. They have not changed the thing that they said they were going to do. So that's working a charm. And of course, we have G Money's back in town with gas pump games, and that won't be the only thing from G Money. Rest assured, there'll be more. So DripX, everyone's excited. And the community is looking very strong again. And I'm pleased, very, very pleased that I stayed on DRIP the whole time, and I never sort of left DRIP, because the community was way too inspiring for me to sort of do any U-turns or anything like that. And I've always just been intrigued with it. As I've always said, I do have a risk portfolio. DeFi is only a percentage of that, but I've always been intrigued by DRIP. Something about it drew me to it. And I'm just absolutely pumped to see where it's going to go in 2024. I really, really am. I've got I think it's going to be very, very bullish. I really do. There's so much going on, and there's way too many people. It lives rent free in a lot of people's heads, whether they're bullish or bearish on it. It lives rent free in their heads, and that sort of prana, that sort of energy being thrown at something is very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. So we've got JMO LFA. I personally do not think the daily claims since the 19th were a high percentage of people waking up and now claiming their DRIP. Stopping the Faucet was a must. I think we were way off on how many wallets some of the OGs actually have. Yeah, quite possibly. And yes, the Faucet did have to stop. There was no real way of really saving the Faucet at that point. I think that to switch the path, switch the type of token, was the right thing to do. you know, and now everyone's got the drip that they're owed. It's a very nice feeling because we are, you know, there's no more free drip. There's no more free drip. People will claim now, and the bots will die off, and as we're seeing that those numbers come way down, and it hasn't even turned deflationary yet, and we are holding a very strong sort of 3 cents right now, which is like 200% off of like the bottom position. So I'm pretty pleased. I was buying at 1 cent and 2 cent, so could get some serious drip for the money down there. You know, I do love a red candle in the stuff that I believe in. I really don't tend to panic with red candles and stuff that I have a long-term view on. I love red candles in that respect because that's where you get your position. You know, people kind of coming into Bitcoin at 60-70,000. I'm not saying that's the right or wrong thing to do. I'm just saying that that's not an accumulation phase. This is a accumulation phase across the market right now, in my opinion. If you look at the charts, we are still in an accumulation phase. And I do believe we're going to be, you know, I'm not expecting a great deal of craziness to happen before sort of June or July, really. And, you know, towards the end of 2024. So I do think there's more opportunities in the market coming. And I especially think there's going to be opportunities this month of February. A little later in the month, I've got a feeling we may have maybe one little more like bull trap on the way up, which I'll sell a bit more, but I do think that there'll be some nice opportunities in February. I really do. If I'm right, you know, I've put it out there now, but we'll see. JMO NFA Chase, wait for that sideline money moving in. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, a lot of people are just waiting for drip to become like fully deflationary. They want to see like the zero being minted, and they want to see that tax vault full up. I just kind of feel that by that point we might have had a 10x by then. You know, it's possible. It's very possible in DeFi. Low cap tokens like drip, they can run, and they can run aggressively as well, and that's the kind of fun thing, if you want to call it that, about DeFi, is that, you know, this low cap stuff, you could, one or two players, or with a big enough, you know, investment, can really change the chart. And especially when people start getting hyped about something and they start piling in, you can just see like some ridiculous green candles, ridiculous, and very quick. So, you know, I'm continuing to position myself with drip each week now, because I don't want to be one of those guys when it gets to 10-20 cent that I'm like, oh, and then trying to buy, you know, trying to buy at those levels. I just don't. I can't be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. So I would rather be the asymmetric risk right now on drip at that sort of 2.5-3 cent or whatever is low for me personally. So I'm doing a weekly buy-in still, and just to get my sort of, you know, work up those ranks. I don't know if you've seen the chart. I'm not sure who created it, but I know they had it for Hex and they had it for like Pulse Chain. But they had like the pyramid chart of like, you know, minnow, squid, shark, whale at the very top with whatever. So there is a couple of those charts going around for drip. So, you know, I'm just interested in just while the risk is low, while the price is low, it's a lot riskier to buy 10,000 tokens, say for example, at 10 cents that it is at 3 cents. It's obvious, it's mathematics. It's a lot more risky to do that because, you know, you're risking well, you know, that's just say like, yeah, you get where I'm going. You get where I'm going with that. So what else do we have here? We have a strong community. DripX is gonna blow. I think it really is. I really think it is. And as much as I love stealth launches, I think the kitchen sink was an amazing stealth launch. It got so much hype and whatever, but that's a very simple DApp, something that like most people are gonna just like, you know, they're gonna know straight away what to do. You can't go wrong. You could train a rhesus monkey, as I sometimes say, to do that. It's that simple. That's what's so beautiful about it. You just put your drip in there, and it makes you 1.5% per day, and you either compound or claim. I mean, simple. But with Drip X, a lot of people are like they're like, whoa, like there's so much stuff here I can do. Like, what should I do? Should I buy Drip X tokens? Should I mine them? Should I be in the pools? Like what should I do? Should I just hold the tokens? People need time to prepare for it, and when there's a date in place, you're not going to get that blow off top of people getting really hyped about something. Now we've seen this before in other stuff, where people get super pumped, super excited, like yes, this is coming, it's coming. A date doesn't get launched, and people are like, there's something going on over here, you know, and they kind of lose that momentum. But when there is a date in place, 22nd of February, for example, people know exactly what time they've got to prepare for whatever they're going to do. You know, they've got time to research, they've got time to get in the Telegram chats, to talk to a few people, to ask people's opinions or strategies and stuff like that. There is that time, there is that strict amount of time, and I think that's going to build a lot of positive hype. I really do. So like with everything, especially in crypto and DeFi, everything is a risk, but this is definitely something I'm going to be having a strategy. I'm definitely going to have some skin in this game, 100%. So I agree. I think it's going to be awesome. What else do we have here? JMO says we are hopefully getting close now from minting stopping. Yeah, I mean we're down in the 100,000s now, even on a weekend. So yeah, it's coming, and and it's happened so quickly now. But if you think how quickly it's gonna snowball, it's gonna happen faster and faster, and it's gonna like catch people off guard. And when that stops minting, I've got a feeling, I think personally, there will be a price pump. I'm not saying it won't sort of zigzag a little bit for a while. There'll be some volatility. I always expect that, always, but I think the excitement is going to be very high when that minting stops. Very high. I'll certainly be doing videos on it, and I'm sure a lot of other people will. And talking of someone else who probably will, Blue Chip Drip, some great sort of drip updates and some great stable swap updates. I'm really enjoying those, brother. And you've gone in hard on the stable swap. Awesome to see. Freaking awesome, man. Stable swap, wow. Love the kitchen sink BNB. The lesser spoke of is the BNB side of the kitchen sink. I mean, it's a blue chip layer 1. I mean, yeah, it should probably be more popular. I'm not saying it's not popular, but I'm just saying like the drip gets the main spotlight when it comes to kitchen sink. But BNB is probably it's probably something that's being overlooked by a lot of people. So I think, yeah, I'm collecting a few BNB at the moment to use on Titan X to buy some miners with. But after that, especially if we get the dip that I'm expecting, or that I'm kind of I'm ready for, if it happens in February, late February, then I'll probably buy a few more BNB and put them in the kitchen sink, because who doesn't want to earn 1.5% per day on their BNB? I know. I can't think of anyone who wouldn't want that. So Aaron, that beard is going, man. It looks great with those guys. I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, I've gone full. The beard is coming back now. I did take it a bit shorter, like earlier in the year, because I was away out of the country for so much. It was so hot out there. I did trim it a little closer, but the full winter beard's back now. So it feels good. It feels good. It's like when Samson cuts his hair, he loses some power. Well, the more the beard comes back, the more I lift in the gym. It's just one of those things, man. But I appreciate the beard love, brother. Appreciate that. JMO NFA. I wonder what percentage of Titan X holders will come over to Drip X. Could end up the biggest project on Binance Smart Chain, even bigger than Drip, which would be awesome. I mean, look, it's very, very possible. You've seen how pumped people have been about Titan X. I didn't get into Titan X I had a lot of other stuff going on. I had some other investments I was getting involved in at the time. Didn't get in, but I know a lot of people have done very well with it. And yeah, we may well see some people from Titan X looking at this as the next sort of obvious opportunity to get those sort of gains again, or to really compound some of the gains they've already made in Titan X. So it really wouldn't surprise me if we got a lot of people from there coming over and really pumping the project. It would not surprise me in the slightest. And yes, it could indeed end up one of the biggest projects on Binance Smart Chain. But the amazing thing is that I'm all for that, because it's helping DRIP. So anything that helps DRIP is a friend of mine, and I'm sure a lot of you guys kind of feel the same on that. It's you know, anything that burns DRIP, locks DRIP, encourages the movement of DRIP, because as a deflationary token with the tax manager, whether you buy it, sell it, or move it, you're burning it. And that's just a beautiful thing. Right, what else do we have? We have okay, Covert's in the house with the dab emojis. I hope you're doing great, my brother. Bosch Bashkin, any views on the Animal Farm pigs price? Bosch, I did mention that very briefly at the very start of the stream, how I haven't got any skin in the AFP game, but when something pumps like that with perceivably no news to back it up, it probably means that there is some news, you just haven't heard it yet, and some people have heard it and are going in heavy on that news, and by the time everyone hears about it, the best prices will be gone. I'm not saying that's what's happening. I'm saying that has happened, and it's quite possible that that's happened. So there's a bit of news circulating somewhere, and people are getting all involved in AFP before it goes off, and it's obviously going off now. So that's my opinion. If anyone knows, then let us know. Ruin 12 is saying that I look like a knockoff Andrew Tate. I mean, I had this look way before Tate did anyway. Tate was always a guy with a short beard. I've had this long beard for a long time, so maybe Andrew Tate is actually a knockoff Drip Millions. John Timothy, I think a lot will come from Titan X. They know how it works. Yeah, again, the brilliant thing about Drip X is exactly the same as what we were saying earlier on about the kitchen sink and the pulse strip faucet, is that they've had the luxury of looking at how these protocols work, looking at any weaknesses they might have, and then launch something that takes all of those weaknesses and turns them into positives. So it is a very good position to be in for sure, and they're definitely doing great work because they've done that with the kitchen sink. They've made the modifications, and the pulse strip faucet. They've made the modifications that kind of led to the faucet, the OG drip faucet, from kind of, you know, tanking. So they will likely be doing that on this as well. They might be able to highlight some potential issues with Titan X, tighten that up, pardon the pun, and make it work, and make it work even better. So I'm interested, very interested. Yeah. Chase said, I think more people this time around are more educated on who is what. Yeah, like in terms of I'll just read his next comment as well. I know for a fact some whales are waiting to see the deflation take place. Yeah, 100%. 100% they are. They're sitting on the sidelines. They want to see how the sentiment goes when DRIP becomes a deflationary token. They want to see if there's going to be, like, you know, is it going to be one of those things where people sort of buy the hype and buy the rumor, sell the hype? Who knows? Who knows? But there will definitely be people sitting on the sidelines waiting, and that's why I say it's going to be very, very volatile. There might be some that want to get in and out. There might be some that want to get in and ride it out. So we'll have to see. Everyone's got to have their own strategy, their own risk tolerance, and their own plan to navigate what's coming, because whatever happens is going to be anything but still waters. It's going to be very, very, very crazy, I think, and very exciting. So buckle in, family. Ray has talked a few times about that none of the big money will come back into drip until after the minting stops. Most likely, you know, if they've got sort of some serious sort of cash bags sitting on the sides, they won't mind buying at a slightly higher price if they see things going the way they want to go. You know, so yeah, they will, no doubt. I'm sure Ray knows a few people as well that are probably waiting on the sidelines to see where this all goes. But like I said, it's going to be a very, very crazy ride, and I'm looking forward to it. I really am. We've got JMO. So the brilliant thing about DRIPX is that it's a bigger shot in a long time of bringing outside money back into the drip ecosystem. I 100% agree with that. 100%. Yeah. This is going to get eyes on drip. It's going to get eyes on the protocol. It's going to get eyes on the devs, and they're going to look into other things the devs have done. It's a great thing for the community, from what I can see. You know, none of us have a crystal ball. Well, if anyone has, let me know, and I'll definitely be Zoom calling you at some point. But yes, I think it's a very, very good opportunity to get that outside money in. So let me just take a quick. I'm just skipping through the chat one more time before I take a swig of coconut water. Right, let me take a quick swig. Oh, wow. And also, guys, just while we're taking this brief pause, if you're watching and have forgotten to hit the like button, I would be greatly appreciative if you just quickly smash the like button. It does help the stream. It helps get it out to more people. The YouTube algorithm loves it if people hit the like button. So definitely hit the like button. And I always do it. I always forget to hit the like button on streams, and I end up sort of doing it quite late. But I would be much, much appreciated if you hit that like button. So I'm going to have a quick swig of green tea. And just introduce you quickly to the real star of the channel, Mr. Wookums. How you doing down there, buddy? See how cozy he looks? He's so warm down there. He's all heated seats. He's got the little blanket using as a pillow. He's had a great weekend as well. Everyone hit the like button as soon as you get into the Millionz live, so we can get more people on. I do appreciate that, my brother. I do appreciate the support, and I've got to say, like, I am really pleased. I started this channel back in sort of June. I started it properly in June. I've had so much love, so much support, and it's been just amazing meeting a lot of you guys. And I'm sure with some of you, I'll meet you in real life at some point in this coming bull market. Cash in a few stable swap gains, cashing a few drip gains, and take a few flights. That's the plan. I'm just checking through one more time. So yes, lots and lots going on. I did want to just touch on stable swap. I don't know how many of you guys are. I know a lot of you are already in it. You already know what's going on. But the promotional period is over. But Danny actually, I don't know whether he accidentally released a bit of alpha, or whether it was like a teaser type thing. I'm not sure, but it sounds like there's more stuff coming in February. It does sound like there's more stuff for stable swap coming. So if you missed the promotion, the 0.45% per day on your stable coins promotion, I might add, then it sounds as though there may be some more opportunities coming in the month. Now, I don't know that for sure, but Danny did kind of hint that might be happening in terms of something else happening. It could be nothing to do with that. It could be just some news or something, but stable swap is paying out like an absolute charm. You know, it's regulated, it's licensed through the Central Bank of Philippines, Top One Tech, providing liquidity to a number of OTCs, over the counters, in case you didn't know, exchanges, and we are paid out in fee shares. So we get to share some of the fees. It's a really, really awesome model, really, really is, and it's working like an absolute charm. I did want to give a shout out to the people that signed up under the link. It means a lot that you're supporting the channel, and as I said at the start of the stream, I will be giving back via some giveaways very, very soon. So if you haven't checked out StableSwap, I'll leave a link in the description. Definitely check that out if you're looking for somewhere to park your stable coins and earn some serious yield. And it's daily yield as well, so you can access your daily rewards in real time, and you can withdraw once they kind of hit $50. So whether that takes you 1 day, 2 days, 5 days, whatever, as soon as that hits $50, you can either take it out, or once it hits 25, you can just reinvest. So it's a great way, it's a great platform to build a strategy on, and it really is probably my favorite protocol right now. I'm so pumped about StableSwap. They've got an awesome community over there, and I know a lot of them are sort of drippers as well. So definitely join the StableSwap Telegram as well if you want to get a bit more info on it, if you want to sort of join some good vibes. The Crypto Collective as well, don't fade the Crypto Collective chat. That is a absolutely phenomenal place. So many positive people, just no FUD, no bad vibes. Anyone bad vibing just gets kicked out. And it's not to say there's no discussion in there. There's always like open to discussion, but not mindless trolling. You know, not mindless trolling. I'm always interested in hearing other people's opinions on everything, on absolutely everything, not just crypto. I love to hear other people's opinions, and I think the reason that is because I tend to not get too like passionate about my own opinions because I don't own them. I'm only borrowing those opinions because I may hear something the next day that changes my mind completely, and I might no longer believe that. And if I've spent like, you know, years trying to convince someone of something and then I've changed my mind, it just seems ridiculous. So yeah, with StableSwap, I kind of feel like there's no need to convince anyone. It kind of does what it says. You can see what it's doing, and yeah, I've just got no interest in sort of, you know, trying to convince anyone. But I would say just to definitely check it out. So I've got a few messages about Mr. Wilkins here. It's Mr. Wilkins spelt like this. Love the way you say his name. Almost JMO. It's Wookums, so it's WOOKHAMS. Mr. Wookums, like that. So hopefully that helps. Yeah, JJ, that's exactly it, Mr. Wookums. That's how you spell it. JMO, Mr. Wilkins would get made fun of in the dog park in the US with his name, but I love it. Well, I would say like they'd need to be very careful of making fun of Mr. Wilkins. He is actually a hunting dog. He's very, very cute. He's very, very fluffy because we let his hair grow out a bit more in the winter because he's got a nice thick coat. It gets very cold here in the UK, and we do give him a bit of a buzz cut all over in the summer. But he may look cute and fluffy like that, but he is still a hunting dog, and so they need to be very careful if they're making fun of him, because their ankles are going to get shredded up with his super sharp teeth. So yeah, beware of Mr. Wookums. He's a nice guy, but don't get on his wrong side. JJ said Mr. Wookums thrives on critique. It fuels him to be even more of a badass. That's exactly what it is. He is an absolute badass. He can't be stopped. He will not be stopped. And he's a bit like Cristiano Ronaldo. He loves the booze. He loves the critique. It just spurs him on to be even more insane and more unstoppable. And get your ankle guards on 100%. Yeah, exactly. Beware of Mr. Wookums and his incredibly sharp teeth. I've got a few scars on my hands from Mr. Wookums from over the years. When we rescued him, he was very, very unsociable, very, very unsociable, and he took a little bit of, you know, a bit of time to come round, and he had a few quirks that we had to sort of help him iron out. So Bobby Townsend says, just found the channel, what crypto are we talking? So Bobby, on this channel we talk a lot about DRIP, which is a DeFi protocol. We talk about all the stuff that's going on in that sort of area of DeFi. We touch on stuff like Pulse Chain, stuff like that, you know, kind of what I consider real DeFi. We do talk a little bit about sort of the blue chip stuff, but not a great deal. I sometimes talk about what I'm personally invested in sort of the blue chip side of things, and Stable Swap as well, which is a stablecoin yield platform. So definitely check that out as well. But I appreciate you joining the stream, Bobby. It's great to have you here, and thank you for taking a little bit of your Sunday out to spend it on the stream with us all. Okay, I've got PulseX. Yeah, I think PulseX could be a very, very bullish play going forward with the tokenomics that it's got. I don't hold PulseX, but I do hold Pulse Chain token, and it's something that I actually got into fairly late with Pulse Chain, but it kind of worked out fine because I was in, like, when the real bottoms kicked in. I'd done my research at that point, and I'm thinking, like, seems really, really undervalued. And I love tokens that have FUD around them. I absolutely love it. Like, give me those red candles. Give me that, you know, when you start seeing the investors getting all soy boy, show me that, and I'll probably be more likely to invest in it, because buying the blood, you know, I like to buy red candles, not green ones. So stuff like Pulse Chain that has utility, it's a layer one, it's real DeFi. That to me says scream discount. It screamed discount. So I was able to sort of bundle in and get, like, you know, maybe 5 times what they got at sack rate. I don't know. I can't be 100% sure on the maths, but either way, you know, what I put in was I got a lot more for my money. And obviously since then, we've seen some nice price movement as well. So the bags are looking healthy, and I'm very, very bullish on Pulse Chain. And anything that's got like an ongoing case, I love. I loved all the FUD around DRIP. I absolutely loved it, and I was buying at 1 cent, 2 cents, and I've got to finish because it's got a lot of room to run, and these smaller cap DeFi stuff tokens, they can pump very, very aggressively and fast. And also I'm pretty bullish for that reason on XRP, not just for that reason. And I'll be honest with you, I absolutely kind of despise what they stand for. You know, if XRP succeeds in the long run, it probably means that CBDCs succeed as well, and I'm absolutely not in line with that. That's not my vibe, that's not my frequency whatsoever. But I would always be happy to take advantage of price movement. So I'm kind of pretty unemotional about stuff like XRP. I've got a lot more relationship, shall we say, with like DRIP and Pulse Chain, because there's some incredible communities around those two projects, and I do see like a very, very good upside for both of them. But yeah, stuff like XRP, I'm very bullish on the price. I kind of just can't stand what they stand for, if I'm being quite frank. But yeah, so. But guys, we're coming up to an hour, and I've got a few things I have to do tonight. Mr. Wookums is going to get one final walk this evening, because it is like 11:30 here in the UK, so I have to be up pretty early. So I want to give Mr. Wookums another run out before bed, and so I've got a few things to do. So I'm going to wrap the stream up. I just want to say, if you've got any final comments to put in the any questions or comments you want to put in, definitely do it now, or just if you want to just show some love, or just let me know you're here, now would be a good time to do it. And I'm going to have a couple more swigs on the coconut water before I wrap up, and I'll just read the comments just before we end it. So we've got all the comments coming in. I love that. I absolutely love that. It's amazing to see. We've still got like a great viewership all the way through. It really does mean a lot. Electrician Man, Danny D, great stream, brother. I appreciate you listening in, Danny. It really is great to have you on here, and I'd love to actually do another AMA in the near future on Stable Swap. I'd love to do that because there's so much going on. I think we're probably going to be doing another AMA maybe towards the end of February if you can squeeze that in. I know you're super busy, man, but that would be freaking awesome if we can do that. We've got Paramg. I've subscribed to your channel now. I appreciate that. That means a lot, brother. I really do. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Bobby Townsend sub. Thank you so much, mate. It does really mean a lot. LCM, have a good one. Great live stream. LCM, absolute legend. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. And Tony Morrow as well. Total legend. Legends. LCM and Tony. Drip and Stable Swap. Legends. Straight up. Tony says, thank you for the talk, Millionz. Enjoyed it as always. Stay blessed. The same to you, Tony. And we've got another Andrew Tate comment. It's the second one of the night. Not as many as last week. There was 3 last week. There's only been 2 this week. And as I explained to the last guy, I've definitely had this look longer than Tate has. So he is most likely a knockoff Drip Millionz. John Timothy, always great to see you. Great to see you, John. Really is. Thank you, brother, for joining us. And see, you've heard it here. You've heard it here first. Danny D says, yes, let's do it. So we will get that booked in. I cannot wait. Definitely sometime in February. I would love to do that. And also, Danny, I would love it if if there was, because last time we did an AMA, you dropped a little bit of that alpha in there. I definitely managed to get a little bit of alpha on that AMA. So if there's anything you can store up, just a little something, that'd be awesome. If not, don't worry, I understand. But yeah, that'd be freaking amazing. Bobby Townsend, good to see another UK crypto channel. Yeah, I've got to say, Bobby, there's not actually that many UK crypto channels that I've personally come across. Not many. So thank you for the support. It does mean a lot. Mike Owen said, when everything is in full deflationary mode, what will be the total supply? Well, I think we're kind of knocking around sort of 220 million at the moment. If anyone can sort of correct me if I'm wrong there, but I think we're kind of 220 million roughly. And it's slowing down to a point now that I kind of feel as though somewhere around maybe 240, maybe 240 million, which is extremely low, extremely low. People kind of go, it's high supply. It's not a high supply. Not for a deflationary token. It's not a high supply. Most other deflationary tokens have got billions or trillions. I'll say that again, billions or trillions of tokens. Drip is going to have like 240 million. That is extremely low. And then you've got stuff like, Drip X. You've got stuff like the kitchen sink. You've got stuff like Gas Pump Games. You've got stuff like Wasteland Labs. You're going to have Drip Pot Luck is going to pick up steam from Danny D in the bull market when people have got that extra change to put into the games. So the gaming side of things is going to hugely pick up come the bull market when everyone's got that green candle cash, So that's all burning Drip. Every time, look, even if you've got a protocol that doesn't necessarily advertise itself as burning Drip, you're not going to be able to not burn Drip. It's going to be impossible not to do it, because even if you sell it, you're going to be burning it. So if you want to say bye-bye to Drip, leave, because you're still going to be burning the supply. So no one cares. Leave. And then you've got the protocols that do specifically burn Drip. So you've got the kitchen sink. So every time you put, you burn 10% of your deposit. If you put 100 in the kitchen sink, you burn 10. So that's specifically burning Drip. So there's not going to be any way around it. It's going to be burning day and night, 24/7, rain or shine. So 240 million, which is probably going to end up as, I'm just chucking it out there, I could be wrong, but it's going to be roughly that. is very, very low. So I'm excited about that. Roy Lingington has given me that wave emoji. I'm going to give you a big wave back, Roy. I appreciate you joining us on the stream tonight, brother. JJ is laughing. Not sure which bit she's laughing at, with the last rant or whether it was the yeah, I don't know. It could be anything. Bobby Townsend. What have we got here? Drip Finance. So I don't know if I've never heard it called Drip Finance. I don't think I've ever heard it called Drip Finance. I think that could be something different. This is if you the official website is dripnetwork.io. So it's kind of, I know it's Drip Network, the Drip token. So yeah, so I'm not sure. Dougie, Rolf Harris, more like it. Are you talking to the mirror again, Dougie? Do you look like Rolf Harris? I feel sorry for you if you do, brother. I'm sorry to hear that. More like Jason Statham. Jason Statham. I'll take that. Jason Statham's a pretty cool guy. I don't watch much TV, like in general. I do like a film, and I have watched a few Jason Statham films in my time, I have to say. I'll take that. He's a pretty cool dude. He seems like a pretty down to earth kind of guy. I in general hate Hollywood with a passion. In general, the Hollywood, it's the want. It's all mind control stuff. But that's a conversation for down at the docks. So electrician man, haha, my lips are sealed. Oh, come on, Danny, give me some alpha. I'm sure Danny will come up with a little something for the AMA. It doesn't have to be anything really. It could just be like, I don't know, someone's joined the team and what their favourite colour is. It could be anything, any kind of alpha, just something people don't know. Bobby Townsend, what drip is it? I'm just trying to think of the best way to. If you go to dripnetwork.io, that'll kind of show you, because I know that there's probably a couple of different drip tokens. So all-time high drip, yeah, it's 145. Yeah, it hit massive hyperinflation, and it's now been reinvented basically into a deflationary token. It was a Faucet, and it basically got sabotaged, in short. But the community is incredible, and it's building back up from the bottom. And the last few comments, we've got Mike Owen. Would you recommend I keep my drip as drip or swap it for wrapped drip? I only have about 9,000. So, Mike, I can't offer like financial advice, of course, because I'm not a financial advisor. But I'm personally wrapping some of it. I'm taking a portion of it, and I'm wrapping some of it, because it's a much easier token to pump. It's always going to have a lower supply than drip, always. So I'm personally wrapping some of it, leaving some of it OG as well, because the wrap stuff is going to be used for like DripX, and a lot of the utilities that are coming, like Wasteland Labs, is going to be wrap drip, so you're going to have that anyway for that if you're going to be getting involved in that. And it's going to be DripX, and it's going to be gas pump games, and it's going to be a lot of the utilities coming out now are going to be utilising wrap drip. So I'm personally wrapping some of it, like a portion of it, like a percentage of it. So really it depends on you, on how much you want to do. Like if you want to, just go all in, or whether you want to be a bit more conservative with wrapping it. But I'm very bullish on wrap drip. I think it's a massively underappreciated utility that's been brought to the protocol. So it's going to allow people to go cross chain now. So we're going to go Pulse Chain, Ethereum, Arbitrum. It's going to allow a huge movement, across a multifaceted movement. So I'm very bullish on it, and I have started wrapping more of it, if I'm quite honest. Daniel Garcia, hi. Thank you for joining us, Daniel. We are going to be finishing shortly, so definitely hit the like button and check out the rest of the stream. That'd be awesome. And definitely join us next week. I'm going to be doing another one on Sunday. Going to try and make them. I did have to miss last week because of sort of we were travelling with the family, but Sunday, so much is happening in this space that there is always stuff to talk about. So yes, I shall be doing that again on Sunday, definitely, rain or shine, it will happen. Bobby Townsend got a nice one, so thank you, Bobby, for being in the stream today. I do appreciate that, brother. And Danny D is the man, legend. He certainly is, doing incredible stuff in Stable Swap. Just I've never seen anything like it. Massive fan, and it is just working like an absolute charm. And it's so easy to freaking use. Like, it's the sort of stuff like you. I mean, okay, if you're a total noob to crypto, you'd have to know how to onboard your USDT or USDC, how to get it into USDT and get it onto the platform. But for anyone who knows anything, the most basic level of just how to use a MetaMask, and the stuff that we all take for granted now, that we all think is like that everyone knows. Well, I have friends that have got no idea about crypto, and they look at me like they've been lobotomized when I talk about like a MetaMask wallet and stuff like that. Totally don't get it whatsoever. So that is why I've done a few videos personally about how to help people kind of onboard their USDT so they can make a daily yield on their stable coins with a zero Ponzonomic system. And for me, like, I'm done with any nothing that's got like Ponzonomics. I'm just not really interested in it. But the fact that this is a zero Ponzonomics and it's regulated and it's like licensed through a central bank gives me definitely a lot of confidence in the platform. That's why I've gone in, fairly heavy on it. So I'm getting some fantastic rewards every day from it. So I would like to do another couple more tutorials on it, just so I can really like walk through it really slow for people that are kind of like no coiners. So I think that's probably what I'll do this coming week. And in fact, I need to do a wrapped drip tutorial as well. It won't be a long one, it'll be a pretty short one because it's so freaking easy, but I can show people around the platform a little bit. The AI drip guys have done an incredible thing with that interface. That page is really cool. There's so much we can do there. You get the best prices on your swaps between BNB and stuff like that. And so I'm going to do mainly a wrap drip tutorial, but it's also going to have a few other elements to it as well, just showing people around how to use a few of those other utilities on that page, because they've got new stuff dropping on there all the time. So amazing work from those guys. Michael, I've forgotten how to wrap drip. Mike, definitely look out for my tutorial. I'm going to try and grab a few minutes this week to do it. I've been so busy of late, with so many things. Exciting stuff though, all really positive, great, fantastic stuff. But I will be doing a tutorial on that. But in the meantime, if you did want to kind of jog your own memory, then go on to the aidrip.xyz page, and then go to the swap page, and you connect your wallet, and then you will see two drop downs. So you can drop down your drip, and you should see the drip available in your wallet, and underneath you convert that into whatever token you want, but you just select wrap drip, and it will give you how many wrap drip you're going to get. Now obviously there is going to be the 10% tax on that, but once it's wrapped, there's no more taxes to move it around, so it kind of pays off in that respect. So yeah, just go to aidrip.xyz/swap. Then you'll probably be able to remember. It'll jog your own memory. But if not, wait for the tutorial. So it's up to you. Tony Morrow, earning every single day on stable coins. Stable swap is a true passive income. It is, Tony, and to be honest, it's to the point where it's like a secondary income at this point. I've tried everything on there to make sure that everything works flawlessly, as I know it always would. So I've tried withdrawing, I've tried depositing, I've tried, everything's just completely flawless, and it happens so quickly. It's such a slick protocol, such a slick platform. It's beautifully simple. So once you've got your, I mean, the fact that you can use USDT on the Binance Smart Chain, I love, because I hate Ethereum fees. I absolutely despise them. And the fact that we can just like buy some BNB and swap it on PancakeSwap for USDT Binance, and just literally put it straight into the StableSwap wallet via your MetaMask if you want. It's that simple. And once it's in there, you can then make your liquidity provision. So you become a supplier to the platform of liquidity. So basically, you're working, you're providing value to the exchanges. Your liquidity is providing value. So it's a really fantastic way of having like a zero Ponzonomic system. So, you know, even if no more people joined, even though it'd be a kind of bit deflating, because it'd be like, why is no one joining when something's this good? It wouldn't matter, because everyone would still get paid, you know. And it does have an affiliate program. So when people join up under my link, if they want to support the channel, then I'm rewarded, but it's not rewarded from like the TVL. So there's like no Ponzonomics involved, and that is why I love it so much. And there's been some pretty freaking big deposits coming in under the affiliates that have joined up. So I'm very, very grateful, and I will be doing giveaways to sort of give back to the community soon. I'm just deciding how I'm going to do it. Am I going to do a spin the wheel, or I'm just going to brainstorm a few ideas. In fact, I might do a Twitter poll or something like that. So if you're not following me on Twitter, by the way, it's at Drip Millionz with a Z on the end. So definitely join me over there. Guys, I've had an absolutely incredible time tonight. I do love doing these streams on a Sunday and connecting with my Drip and DeFi and StableSwap families. So thank you to everyone who's joined me and Mr. Wookums. Let's just give Mr. Wookums one final wave. He's absolutely sound asleep right now. So I don't even know if he's going to want to go for a walk. Do you want to go for a walk? I'll take that as a yes. You want to go for a walk? Yeah? You want to go for walkies? So, yeah, Mr. There we go.